Hello everyone and welcome back to more Fantasy Life. I've already covered how you can level up your fishing, woodcutting, and mining the fastest. So in today's video, I'm going to cover how you can level up the last gathering life the quickest, and that's going to be the farmer life. Now, unlike the other gathering lives, the farmer life doesn't really have one clear best thing that you can do. I do personally have a favorite way of farming up this life, but I'm going to show you two ways in this video, starting off over here within the treasure groves. Optimally, what you want to do is plant a treasure grove that is 900 years old. That means that everything inside of this grove is going to be the highest level possible, and that's exactly where we're going to level up our farming. So we want to look for any harvesting floor over here, but preferably I want it a little bit closer to the entrance, because clearing out these 900-year-old groves is not that easy. I'm going to go ahead and take on this dungeon over here, even though I will have to make my way through a monster floor first. There's going to be a couple of harvesting floors over here, and that's actually pretty important because we need to get a specific type of harvesting floor. So right over here, let's head to this harvesting floor and see if this is the one that I actually need. So it's actually not the one, because we need to obtain one Eternian fruit. That means that as soon as we obtain that Eternian fruit, we can, I believe, no longer revisit this room, and that is not good because that's what we're going to use in order to keep getting experience for the farmer life. So I'm going to go ahead and give up over here. Let's try out that other room, and this is the one that we actually want. So you want to get a floor that says harvest all vegetables. Unfortunately, there's only 10 vegetables over here. I believe you can come across rooms with like 20 to 25 vegetables even. That's going to be the optimal number to farm veggies. So what you want to make sure that you do is clear out every single veggie except for one, because yet again, as soon as you complete the mission for the floor, you can no longer revisit it after you leave the dungeon. So go ahead, clear these veggies. Something important that I actually forgot to mention is you definitely want to make sure that you equip yourself with the EXP up armor. I made a separate video covering how to do that. Don't forget to equip your buddies with that armor as well. That's going to be a very important thing to make sure that you get as much experience as possible. All right, there we go. I believe we're going to clear out some veggies over here. So let's see how much experience they actually give us. One more swing. So there we go. It's 40,000 experience for every single veggie here. So clearing out 5 of these just gave me 200,000 experience. That is definitely not bad. So let's go ahead and make our way to these other veggies. But this is one of the reasons why I actually really don't like doing this inside of the treasure groves. You have to kind of move around these enemies that always want to attack you, so that's not a fun thing to always take care of every single time you come back here. All right, come on, we finally got rid of all of the enemies. Yeah, this is definitely one of the biggest reasons why I don't like leveling up a farmer over here in the groves, even though you do get a lot of experience. So now, as I said, you want to make sure that you don't actually clear out that last vegetable over here. So you want to find the sweet spot where you do damage to 4 crops but not that 5th one, and carefully start clearing out all of the veggies over here. So let's go. I think a couple more shots and we should take them out. There we go. 42,000 experience for the cabbage over here. So we want to leave one alive over here, and that's pretty much all we can do. Unfortunately, there were only 10 veggies for us to harvest. Optimally, you would want a little bit more veggies inside of this harvesting floor, but you just want to give up right now. So there we go. We gave up the exploration, and then you just want to head straight back into the treasure grove, and you should be able to revisit that floor with all of the veggies respawned. So here we go. It was the right harvesting floor, I believe. And as you can see, we have the exact same mission: harvest all vegetables, and everything we just cleared out has been respawned. So that's pretty much all there is to this strategy of getting experience for the farmer life, but I personally find this a little bit tedious. So I'm going to show you the way of getting experience that I actually prefer when getting my farmer all the way up to that elusive level 100. So let's get on out of here, and we're going to move over to Ginormosia. So the way that we're going to get experience over here in Ginormosia is pretty much by clearing out the legendary King Spud. That's going to be this bad boy over here. In case you didn't know yet, in order to spawn any of the legendary resources over here in Ginormosia, you need to have your area at a rank of 3. It can be higher and it can even be lower, but for the cases of this video, you probably want to put the area rank as high as you can, because the higher the area rank, the higher the level of the actual boss is going to be, so the more experience you're going to get. If I remember correctly, there's going to be 4 areas where the legendary King Spud can spawn, and that's going to be over here in the Viridia Plateau, and it's going to be in the east, west, and south Great Gut Plains. So I'm going to go ahead over here to the west Great Gut Plains and actually put this to an area area rank of 7 in case the boss spawns over there. I'm gonna maximize the amount of experience I can get. So here we go, area rank settings. We're gonna put this all the way to 7. Most of you probably won't actually have a rank 7 area because that's a huge grind. 150,000 points is definitely not something easy to get, but having a rank of at least 5 and 6 is definitely something doable. So if you're really aiming for that level 100 farmer, I definitely recommend getting at least an area rank of 6, which right over here we already have the legendary King Spud. Luckily, it is one of the easiest legendary bosses to spawn over here in Ginormosia, so you're definitely not going to have any issue with getting this one to spawn. But this is also a very good way to get some of the other legendary materials on the side. So if you see any of the legendary Don Woolies or the legendary Tree or the legendary Geode spawn, those are going to be 3 bosses that have very rare sought after materials. Make sure to clear those out as well if you're interested in those, but if you're not, just prioritize always clearing out the veggie, which let's make our way over to it right now. Over here, beautifully shining in blue, we got the legendary King Spud. So because I have an area rank of 6 right now, it's going to be level 90. If you have an area rank of 7, this bad boy should be level 100, giving you the most experience possible. So as I said before, definitely don't forget to equip yourself and your buddies with the EXP up glasses. So it's going to be these over here. Make sure you get a 20% on every single one. And if you happen to have the pre-order bonus of Flutter Charm, make sure to equip that as well. Something else you can do is going over to the farmer life specifically and unlocking the nodes, which give you more experience for this specific life. If you did all of those things, you're going to get the maximum amount of experience possible. And let's try clearing out the King Spud, which is actually going to be easier, I believe, than taking out those veggies in the treasure groves as well. So that's another reason why I really like doing it this way. So that's gonna be it, I believe. Let's see how much experience we got. If you didn't see it, I believe we got 1,250,000 experience. I took a quick screenshot over here, so let's take a look at the moment where I actually clear it out. As you can see, we did in fact get 1,257,000 experience. So this is definitely, in my opinion, the best way to get your farmer to level 100. And if you are a pretty low level farmer, it is also a very good way to level up in the lower stages. So let's say you are level like 20 to 30, you can perfectly go over to the towers over here, put them at a lower area rank of like maybe 1, even if the legendary King Spud is difficult for you to clear out. I do think it's important to mention though that especially the farmer bosses are very easy, definitely compared to some of the other bosses in the game to actually beat. So even though you think you might be underleveled as a farmer, you will probably be able to take out something that is way higher level than you. But even still, if you have difficulty clearing out the legendary King Spud, you can lower the area ranks, which will also lower the level of the boss. But if you are something like level 50 plus, you should definitely be able to take out a level 90 legendary King Spud with ease. Anyways, in case you don't know how to respawn the legendary materials, the only thing you have to do is go to another area rank, go switch back to the one you were at, because we do want to keep our rank as high as possible. Then we just want to check the map, and just like that, we literally already have another one respawned over here. As I said, it's gonna be very easy getting the legendary King Spud on the map. So let's get over to this one, get another 1,250,000 experience, and that's pretty much how you reset the legendary events in this game. All right, let's go. We're gonna clear out the second one, 1,250,000 XP, just like that. Also 1,000 area rank points, because you're probably gonna clear out the boss very quickly. So that's gonna be 1,000 points added to your total over here, which means you're passively also grinding the area ranks. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite way of leveling up the farmer life, and I'm also pretty sure it's the best thing you can do in the game. I definitely recommend this way more than going through the treasure groves and clearing out crops that way. I think this is way more fun, and you can also grind some other legendary materials at the same time. But if you have any other ways to level up the farmer life that you think would be even quicker, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. And with that, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more stuff just like this, definitely don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Not even 5% of the people watching my videos are actually subscribed, so I would appreciate it a lot if you would do so. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, later. Bye.